Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? I am back from my vacation slash sick leave kind of thing. It was both, I had a lot of fun, but it was awful. It was pretty awful to start off with. Not the sick part of it was not very enjoyable. And don't worry, I'm going to give you all the grisly details. It's going to be fun. You guys might enjoy it, but some of you might not. So before I start anything, let me go ahead and say this. I'm going to put a couple pictures up here that a couple of you might find gross. Trigger warning, I guess. If gross pictures and stuff offend you or you don't want to see any of that, you might just want to skip to part 2 of this video, which will be up a little bit later. But anyway, last warning. You guys gone? Are they gone? Cool. Okay, let's do this. So, everything started off about 2 Fridays ago. I woke up with what I thought was a mosquito bite on my leg, right? A little itchy bump, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. Went to work, did all that, had a fairly normal day, came back. It was still very itchy and still very big and red, and it was a little bit oozy. Fast forward a couple days to Sunday, and this thing is looking pretty gross. It's looking like this right here. This was the last picture, or this was the picture I took of it before I decided that, might be a good idea to get this thing looked at. Because, when I was younger, I was really into spiders. Wanted to be an arachnologist growing up. And I knew a thing or two about bad spider bites, and this looked pretty much like one of those. And so at this point, I'm starting to freak out. I'm panicking a bit. I'm like, oh god, if this is a recluse bite, I'm gonna lose a big portion of my leg. I started freaking out, so I took off to the emergency room. And for any of you who have ever been to the ER, it's a lot of waiting, a lot of sitting around, and about 3 minutes with the doctor, and he's like, yeah, I think you'll be okay. Here's some antibiotics, keep it elevated, and yeah, you're good. And so, 3 hours there in the ER, I come home thinking, I don't know, man. I'd like to trust the doctor, but it's looking pretty bad. So then I go to work the next day, and I'm bandaging it, I'm cleaning it, I'm taking care of it, it's on my antibiotics, and it just keeps looking worse and worse. And so then I think, I'm gonna get a second opinion. So the next day, I call the military doctors on base and go in and have them look at it. And by this point, it's looking a bit more like this. And the doctors there, like 3 of them come and look at it, and they're thinking, I don't know what this is. This is looking gross. Here, try these antibiotics. They give me a whole nother set. And now instead of 2 times a day, I gotta take it 3 times a day. And they're telling me to keep it clean and keep it dry. Don't scratch it, which is so hard because this is the itchiest thing I can remember ever experiencing in ever. It's like, oh my god, I wake up at 3 times in the middle of the night, gotta scratch it. So they tell me, put some topical cream on it, take some Benadryl. That's about it. And I'm keeping this thing clean, but it's soaking through my bandages. It is just awful. They tell me come back on Thursday, and they'll take another look at it. I take another picture of it on Wednesday. It's getting bigger. As you can see, they traced around it to see how much it's grown. Obviously, it's grown a bit. Wednesday evening, I take a shower, and has any of you guys ever seen Cabin Fever? The scene where the girl's shaving her legs and her skin's just falling off? Yeah. my skin just started falling off. No pain, no sensation at all, just coming right off. It was disgusting. So Thursday I call and I'm like, hey, I got an appointment at 10:30. Can I be seen sooner? Please, my skin's falling off. So they send me in, and I take this picture of it while I'm at the doctor's office. And he's telling, it was funny, he walks in, he's like, all right, what'd you get into? You know you're not supposed to mess with things. He takes a look at it. Oh, it's not a recluse bite, and even if it was, there's not a whole lot we can do. Worst thing that happen, we'll have to just cut all this skin off right here and just remove it, and then you're gonna have to have skin grafts, and it's gonna be awful. And I am just like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my leg. My leg's gonna come off. This is the worst thing ever. And I've been trying to stay really active lately, doing a lot of running. I go to the gym, all this stuff. But this whole time, I've been just staying off my leg because I'm like, I'm gonna lose my leg. And this is the worst. It's swelled up to like the size of a grapefruit, and it was as hard as a rock. It's like it felt like it was all bone. It was the worst. And all the doctors just say, keep doing what you're doing, keep it clean, keep it dry, blah 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 blah. And so I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna trust him. And that doctor on Thursday said it was getting better. I mean, did you guys see that picture? Let me put it up again. Does that look like it's getting better to you? I didn't think it was getting better. If that's what you call getting better, then all right, I guess, sure thing, whatever. He said his reasoning was because that little black spot in the middle was not as dark. Even though it looks like it's grown, it wasn't as dark, which means there isn't a bunch of necrosis going on, going deeper, which made sense because I never felt anything lower than the skin layer. My leg functioned pretty normally. Everything was about the same as it's always been. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna trust you. You're the doctor. I'm just, nobody. I don't know anything about doctor stuff. So yeah, well, I'll trust you. A couple days go by. I've left to go on my adventure part, my vacation per se, going to Disneyland, getting some of that Disney action, having some fun, good times. And the thing that I thought was a bite has now appeared on my left leg. And so now I'm thinking, maybe it wasn't a bite. Maybe I'm having some terrible allergic reaction to something, and it's spreading too. The part, like the skin all fell off of that one part, but it's just spreading outward and down and going all on my other leg, everywhere, and just more spots kept appearing. I've got a couple, you can't really see it, there's like some bit here on my hand here, you can't really see. You can see this one, I can't do it right there. That's a spot that appeared, still there. All of it so itchy, the itchiest ever. It's the worst. All the Benadryl, all the freaking cream that I could do is so itchy. It's all I can do to sleep at night. So, spending time at Disney, I wore some shoes because I was thinking I'm gonna be walking all over Disneyland. Gonna need, comfortable shoes so that I can stay comfortable. Well, about halfway through the day is just rubbing that area on my ankle raw, and just spots were just appearing all over my feet. I took a bath to soak it, which just made more skin fall off. And at this point, I'm realizing that all the weepy part is spreading it. Like when I sweat and when I get that stuff that came out of it, it spread it everywhere. And I'm talking everywhere. Is bad. Like, I didn't take another bath after that because I realized that it was getting anywhere that the water touched. And yeah, no fun that had some rough moments in that. So I'm trying to enjoy myself at Disneyland, but a couple days into it, I took this picture. Yeah. That is how it looked about 3 days ago. And so I stopped wearing shoes because everything was swollen. Everything was just terrible. I wore flip-flops, which was a little bit more uncomfortable, but at least for my feet and for my legs and my back and stuff like that. But I got used to it. The worst part about, like, with the socks and everything rubbing on those spots there, that went away when I started wearing the flip-flops. So I guess because of that, it's been clearing up a lot. And right now, only about my ankles are the only really itchy spots. But all those areas are still there, just slightly fading a little bit. And God, I really hope it goes away soon. My theory, about 3 weeks ago, I went for a run with some of the guys from my work, and we were running around the lake, and I went on the longer trail, which is about a 5K. Nobody else went on that, it was just me. And there was a part where there was a little bit of overgrowth that I went through, and I'm thinking I might have made contact with some poison oak. That is my prevailing theory on what this is a bit of poison oak, which if it is, I'm so thankful it's not a spider bite. I can tell obviously right now that that's not what it was. But if it is poison oak, I am going to avoid that stuff so hard, so bad, because I actually for the longest time thought I was immune to poison ivy. I used to pick it and I used to like chase the girls with it when I was a kid. So I don't know if I'm still immune to poison ivy, but poison oak is a totally different monster. But yeah, so if that's what this is, I now know to avoid poison oak. I hope this goes away soon. I'm still slightly suffering through it, but yeah. That is what prevented me from doing anything at all the week before this, or the week before last, because I was just panicky about what I thought was me losing my leg. So, yeah, there's a little bit of explanation for my absence then. But yeah, now I'm going to tell you all about the fun times at Disney and all that adventure that I had in part 2 of this video. So come back next time, stay tuned, and we'll get to the happy part, the good times that, you know, a little bit more enjoyable than this gross, you know, update that I'm sure not a whole lot of you really cared about, but I wanted to explain because this has been a journey. I'll tell you what, yeah, definitely been a journey. So yeah, come back next time and I'll get to the good part. Thanks, see you guys.